Welcome to another epic adventure from Greek mythology. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Hercules' 12 labors. A tale of strength, endurance, and redemption. Hercules isn't just a demigod. He's a symbol of overcoming impossible odds. Buckle up, because this story is full of monsters, miracles, and mind-blowing feats. Our story begins with Hercules, the son of Zeus and immortal woman, Alcmene. His strength was unmatched, even as a baby, but his life wasn't easy. Hera, Zeus's wife, hated Hercules for being her husband's illegitimate child. She sent endless torment his way, including driving him into a fit of madness that led to a terrible tragedy. Hercules accidentally killed his wife and children, devastated and seeking redemption. Hercules turned to the Oracle of Delphi for guidance. The oracle instructed him to serve King Eurystheus, Hera's lackey, and complete 12 seemingly impossible tasks. If he succeeded, he'd purify his soul and earn a place among the gods. And so, the stage was set for Hercules' 12 labors. First up, slay the Nemean lion, a beast with golden fur that no weapon could pierce. Hercules tracked the lion to its cave and realized his weapons were useless. So what did he do? He wrestled the lion with his bare hands, choking it to death with his immense strength. Hercules then skinned the beast using its own claws and wore the hide as armor. Talk about starting strong. Next, Hercules faced the Lernaean Hydra, a serpent-like monster with multiple heads. Here's the catch. Every time he cut off one head, 2 more grew back. But Hercules was no dummy. With the help of his nephew Iolaus, he cauterized each neck with fire after chopping off the heads. Finally, he buried the immortal head under a massive rock. This labor showed that Hercules' strength was matched by his cleverness. For his third labor, Hercules had to capture the Ceryneian hind, a sacred deer of Artemis with golden antlers and hooves of bronze. But here's the tricky part. He couldn't harm it. Hercules spent a year chasing the hind through forests and mountains before finally catching it. He promised Artemis he'd return the deer unharmed, showing that even Hercules could respect the gods. Next up was capturing the Erymanthian boar, a ferocious creature terrorizing the countryside. Hercules used his wits to drive the boar into deep snow, where it got stuck. He then carried it back to King Eurystheus, who was so terrified that he hid in a giant jar. Can you imagine? Even the king couldn't handle Hercules' conquests. Labor 5 might not sound glamorous, but it was a true test of ingenuity. Hercules had to clean the Augean stables, home to thousands of immortal cattle, in a single day. The place was filthy beyond belief. Hercules didn't grab a broom. Instead, he rerouted 2 rivers to wash out the stables in one epic flood. Genius, right? Next, Hercules was tasked with driving away the Stymphalian birds, man-eating creatures with metallic feathers. Using bronze rattles gifted by Athena, Hercules startled the birds into the air and shot them down with his arrows. This labor showed that his skills extended beyond brute force. For his 7th labor, Hercules had to capture the Cretan bull, a massive beast rampaging across Crete. Hercules wrestled the bull to the ground with sheer strength and brought it back to Eurystheus, alive and kicking. The bull would later become infamous as part of another Greek myth. But that's a story for another time. Hercules' 8th labor was to tame the mares of Diomedes, flesh-eating horses owned by a cruel king. Hercules defeated Diomedes, fed him to his own horses. Yikes! And then led the now docile mares back to Eurystheus. This labor wasn't just about strength. It was a battle of wills. Next, Hercules had to retrieve the belt of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons. At first, Hippolyta agreed to give him the belt willingly, but Hera stirred up trouble, convincing the Amazons that Hercules was a threat. A fierce battle broke out, but Hercules emerged victorious and claimed the belt. For his 10th labor, Hercules traveled to the end of the known world to fetch the cattle of Geryon, a three-bodied giant, armed with a golden cup gifted by the sun god Helios. Hercules defeated Geryon, herded the cattle, and brought them back after an epic journey. This labor proved his endurance and determination. Now for one of the most famous labors, retrieving the golden apples of the Hesperides, sacred to Hera and guarded by a dragon. Hercules enlisted the help of Atlas, who held up the sky. Atlas retrieved the apples while Hercules temporarily took his place. But when Atlas tried to ditch the job, Hercules tricked him into taking the sky back and escaped with the apples. Talk about brains and brawn! Finally, Hercules' 12th labor. Capturing Cerberus, the three-headed guard dog of the underworld. With the permission of Hades, Hercules wrestled Cerberus into submission and brought him to the surface without using any weapons. This labor proved that Hercules was truly unstoppable, even in the realm of the dead. After completing all 12 labors, Hercules was finally free of his guilt. He had proven his strength, intelligence, and resilience, earning his place among the gods on Mount Olympus. His story isn't just about battling monsters. It's about redemption, perseverance, and the human spirit's ability to overcome even the darkest challenges. And that's the story of Hercules' 12 labors. Which labor do you think was the most impressive? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more legendary tales from mythology. See you in the next adventure. Subscribe now for more epic stories from myths and legends.